J Fadak, Doctor.
J Fadak. Where else just now? Another one girl again.
Atika.
Huh?
Atika.
Atika. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Tak ada, that's all. Okay. So I'm going to share the screen. This is about the qualitative. Okay. I think this you have this in your NVivo data folder. You have downloaded, isn't it? All those materials in that folder. You have to
Yes,
download the entire.
Doctor.
Okay, you have to download the entire folder so that you can
Yes,
use it
Doctor.
much easier. Okay. Research. Okay, what is research? A systematic process of collecting information. You manage this information, you analyze, you interpret, okay, the result, and then you communicate the findings to the decision makers. This is according to Bush and Altino in 2000. So normally, it is a systematic process. You have to follow step by step. Okay, first thing you need to know what you want to do. Okay, that's your research area, and the topic that you want to study, and then you must have your research question and so on. Okay, this is more systematic. You have research question, you have problem statement. Okay, from the problem statement, you come up with your research question. And then it is either qualitative or quantitative. It is qualitative, you have to prepare your interview questions. What are the interview questions that you want to ask your respondent? And then what type of method other than interviews? Sometimes you have to take pictures, sometimes you have to do observation. All those things that you need to clarify at the early stage. So, and if it is quantitative, okay, then you need to know whether you're going to use primary data or secondary data. Okay, if primary data, it means you're going to conduct a survey. Okay, so you have to determine who is your respondent. Okay, is it the entire population or is it the entire? Is it based on the sample size? So the difference between qualitative and quantitative research is that for qualitative, you do not have any sample size. Okay, unlike quantitative. For quantitative, you need to determine the estimated population, okay, of that respondent or the group that you want to study. From that estimated population, you need to know your confidence level. Then you need to know your confidence interval. Then only you'll be able to determine your sample size. Sample size is the minimum number of respondents that you have to get those information that you want. So it is totally different from qualitative. So that is when you use quantitative. Okay, when you want to use primary data, that means you have to conduct a survey. Second one, if you use secondary data, that means you use whatever information that you have. For example, from financial statement, from the records. Okay, from financial statement, you can do some analysis. So that is a secondary data. So as for qualitative, you do not have any sample size. Minimum is one. Once you got one respondent, that is enough. It is all depends on the type of research that you want to conduct. For example, if you want to conduct about Prime Minister of Malaysia. Okay, Malaysia have how many Prime Minister from independence until now? Amizi, do you know how many Prime Minister you have?
Five, six,
is Prime Minister's number?
7 or 8. Mr.
7 or 8. They cannot be. It must be mutually exclusive. You can have two numbers, only one.
Pagi-pagi ni tak charge lagi lah.
Okay, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin is 8.
8.
Okay. Those that are alive, how many? How many are still alive? 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So if you want to conduct research about the prime ministers, there are 8 prime ministers in Malaysia, but the one that is alive is only 4. Got it? So the number of respondents is either 4 or 8. Because the other has passed away. The other 4 has passed away. Tunku Abdul Rahman, okay, Tun Hussein On, Tun Razak has passed away. So that means 3 of them have passed away. because Mahathir twice became the prime minister, isn't it? So there are only 7 people. So 4 is alive, 3 had passed away. So you cannot go to the grave and ask questions if you want to conduct interview. So you can ask other people that knows about the 3 respondents. Got it? So that is the number of respondents or the sample that you can conduct your study. If you want to study about Tun Dr. Mahathir, there's only one individual. So your sample is only one. If you want to study about Tun Datuk Sri Najib, there's only one respondent. Got it? So as for qualitative research, okay, you do not have a fixed number of sample size. If you want to conduct interview, same thing. Okay. You conduct interview, you have to reach until data saturation. What is meant by data saturation is that the amount of information that you collected is about the same. Okay, let's say after you have collected 6 or 7 interviews from the respondent, so most likely the result that you got is about the same. Therefore, you have to stop because there's no point of conducting more study or more interviews of collecting this information. So that is the difference between qualitative and quantitative. So, but what research meant that is a systematic process of collecting information. Okay, and then you have to manage those information. That means you have to collect, then you have to keep it in a safe place. So where you want to keep it. And after you have collected those information and managed those information, then you're going to analyze those data that you have collected. So this also depends on this information, whether it's qualitative or quantitative. Quantitative in numbers, okay, all related to numbers. Qualitative, they are not numbers alone. Okay, it is not numbers, all about facts, pictures, and so on. Then you analyze. Quantitative, you use whatever software is quantitative software, for example, SPSS, SAS, eViews, okay, or even though you can use Microsoft Excel to analyze your data. So after analyzing, you interpret. Same thing with qualitative. You need to use the qualitative software to do the analysis, all about the text and so on. Then you interpret the result. After you interpret the result, okay, and then you need to communicate your findings. To whom? To the decision makers. Okay, if it is for your research, it relates to your dissertation. So your decision makers is your examiner. Your supervisors just guide you throughout the study. And then the decision makers, whether you got an A, B, or B minus, or whatever it is based, it rely on your examiner. So they are the one who will make a decision. But if you are working, and the findings that you got, you have to present it. You have to present it to your manager or to the management. Then the decision makers will be the management. If you need to present it to the board of directors, then the board of directors are considered as your decision makers based on your data that you have collected. Got it? For example, you want to know about the market study about one particular product. Therefore, whether you want to expand the product to other areas or not, therefore you have to do the market study. Then that findings must be presented to the board or to the management to make a decision. Got it? That is what I call as a research. Okay, research design is a framework or blueprint for conducting a research project. It's a plan to be followed to answer research objective, research hypothesis, and research questions. You have research hypothesis in your quantitative. Okay, qualitative, you do not have hypothesis. You only have problem statement, and then you have research questions. Quantitative, you have objective, research question, you have research hypothesis. So that is the difference between qualitative and quantitative. And then what we call as research design is a blueprint, the plan that you need to follow. For example, if you want to conduct, let's say you want to conduct quantitative. Okay, you know your research area, you have your research questions, then you need to find how to answer your research question. You have to conduct a survey, for example, or you use a secondary data. So if you want to conduct a survey, then you need to plan. Okay, you need to plan when you want to distribute your questionnaire. Once you have distributed your questionnaire, how long do you need to wait? Okay, to receive that response from your respondent. Okay, so let's say you distribute a questionnaire on the 1st of April, then after that, if the respondent did not respond to your questionnaire after second week, then what happened? That is the step. The first step is that you have distributed on the 1st of April, then you waited until end of second week, to receive those responses. And the respondent some of it did not respond. So on the beginning of the third week, you have to send the first reminder. Then how long you need to wait? Let's say you wait for another 2 weeks, so 1 month. After 1 month, you did not receive your response. Some of it, some you received, some you did not. So then what you need to do? You need to send a reminder? Yes, you have to send a second reminder. You need to attach the same question, the instrument, the questionnaire. The first one you have distributed, you send. The second one is first reminder you send. So the second reminder you need to send or not the questionnaire or the instrument. So if you normally people will not do that. Okay, you only send your instrument first when you do first distribution, and then second one is when you send the first reminder. Second reminder, you do not going to send any more about the instrument. And then you waited for how long? So if you do not receive, then what happened? So they are considered as non-response. So therefore, you after the 6th week, for example, after 1.5 months after you distribute your instrument, who did not respond or responded after that particular date, it is considered as non-response. So you know you distribute 500, 60% responded. Therefore, 300 you have received, the other 200 is considered as, or 40% did not respond. So those are the things that you need to report. And then after you have all your data, what you need to do? You have to key in, okay, or you have to transcribe if it is the interview, and then you have to do your analysis. How long you going to write the report? So that is what you call as research design. That is the step-by-step that need to be followed until you complete the research. Is that clear? So that is a step-by-step. Can somebody mute? Man nak control mute dia?
Doktor boleh tekan mute all doktor dekat participants.
Ke participant? Okay. Okay. So that is research done. That is step by step of the plan that you're going to conduct your study. Okay, type of research, you have qualitative and quantitative research. Okay. Qualitative, it can be exploratory, or quantitative, the same thing. It can be exploratory, descriptive, or causal research. Exploratory, you just explore. Okay, gather preliminary information that will help further define the problems and suggest hypotheses. Like you just explore to determine the problems. Descriptive is just to describe. Okay, describe the things as market potential for a product or demographic and consumer attitude. Causal research, that is test for the hypothesis, cause, effect. Okay, when things happen, what is the effect? That's what I call as causal research. We want to see the effect of a decision that we made, for example, or new product, or whatever it is, or you increase the price. So what is the effect? That is called as causal research. So it can be exploratory, it can be descriptive, or it can be causal. This is in a social science study. We're not talking about sciences or technology research. It's entirely different for us. Okay, qualitative research, interpretive techniques which seek to describe, decode, translate, or otherwise comes to terms with the meaning. Okay, you interpret what people say. You describe about the situation. Okay, you decode the action that has been done. Okay. You are not talking about numbers. Okay, not the frequency. Frequencies are numbers. Unlike qualitative, they are talking about frequency. In qualitative, you are not talking about frequency, so you should not have numbers. If you have read the articles that you have collected, okay, so I ask you to get qualitative research paper articles, not quantitative. So if you use quantitative, therefore, in your write-up later on, you're going to make a mistake. The way you present your findings, the way you write your research paper, it will be different. Okay, the qualitative and quantitative is much different. A lot of different in writing the result. Even the same thing with the framework. In quantitative, you have the theoretical framework. But in qualitative, you do not have theoretical framework. Sometimes you only have conceptual framework. So there is a difference between qualitative and quantitative. Okay, so the basic assumptions of qualitative research that emphasize on understanding. So you're going to focus on people's word, what people say. Okay, their action, how they react, how they behave. That is their behavior. And also you look at those records, all those documents that you have. So you try to understand by focus on what people say, their behavior, and also whatever records or documents that you have. That is your qualitative research. You take on a perspectival view, not an objective stance. Okay, so you cannot be very objective. It is very quite subjective. You have to look at a holistic and overview of those situations. Okay, the goal is to discover patterns that emerge. Why people behave like this? Why don't they behave like this? Okay, for example, if you go to Kelantan, Kelantan pasar apa ya? The market tu yang terkenal? Pasar Mak Ye? I don't know.
Siti Khadijah.
Pasar Siti Khadijah, for example. Majority of the people who do the business, okay, is it men or women?
Women.
You go to Terengganu pasar apa?
Pasar
Payah.
Payang.
Pasar Kepayang. Men or women?
Women.
If you go to Pasar Selayar,
Men.
so that is the pattern. So you want to discover why women in Kelantan, okay, do business in the market kan, rather than men. Most likely men go to the sea, kan, to catch fish and so on. That's why business go out to the sea. So that is where you look at the pattern of or the behavior of a community. The goal is to discover the patterns. Okay. Then you look at the human. Okay, look at the human as an instrument. That's an object. Okay. Have you watched National Geographic movie documentary? They took a video about an elephant or about whales and so on. That is qualitative research. Then animals is considered as an instrument for their study. They interpret the behavior of those animals. Same thing with us. Okay, if you are talking about human being, therefore your human being will be an object. It's the subject of your study. Then you describe the behavior of that human, of that people or that person that you study. So in qualitative, it can be only one respondent. Okay, if you conduct interviews, it won't be that many. That's why I asked you to conduct about how many interviews in the group? 5 or 6, isn't it? So as if you conducted 6 interviews on your own. If you got the transcript from your friends, that's why you use the same questions. Okay, assess basic knowledge. We know more than we can tell. There are a lot of things that you know, but sometimes you cannot tell everything. You might miss out something. You might omit in your report. So these are some of the basic assumptions when you conduct about qualitative research. So the qualitative and quantitative, okay, research goal and objective, qualitative, discovery and identification of new ideas and thoughts. For quantitative, you have to validate the facts. That is the objective. Validations of facts, estimates, looking for the relationship, okay, and then you look at the prediction. You can predict. Based on this data that you have collected, you can predict. For example, based on the historical data we collected about shares market, so you will know whether the share price will goes up or share price will decline. So that is a quantitative, but not qualitative. Type of research, normally exploratory design. Okay, for quantitative, it can be descriptive or it can be causal design, cause effect. Type of questions, qualitative, you have open-ended question or semi-structured question or unstructured, we are deep probing. But quantitative, it is mostly structured. Okay, and then the answer you normally is you use like a scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever numbers that you want to use. Or it can be yes or no, the answer. But as for qualitative, you cannot have the answer yes or no. So some of you send me some of your questions, you ask me to comment, isn't it? When you say, what is your opinion? Okay, when you ask about opinion, then you need to ask why. Okay, I might not agree. Therefore, why? You have to ask me why. Why don't I don't agree? Maybe you ask Mr. B. Mr. B agreed. Why did he agree? You're talking about the same topic. That's why you have to put some answer why. And then some of your questions is just the answer can be yes or no. There's no elaboration. That's where type of questions will determine what type of answers that you're going to get. That's why I asked you to look in the NVivo data. If you're not mistaken, there are 2 PDF files, okay, that relates to interviews. The type of question that you may ask, okay, at the beginning and then at the ending of your conduct interviews, and then what type of probing question, how you ask probing questions. So if you look at the examples, then you know these are the things that you might ask your interviewees. Okay, so type of questions and type of execution normally it should be within a short time of frame. Okay, as compared to quantitative, because quantitative, as I said just now, you waited for 2 weeks for the first respondent to respond. If he did not respond, therefore you have to send a reminder. Then you wait for a few number of weeks, and then if the second reminder the respondent did not respond, then you have to send the second reminder. Then you have to wait. So it takes longer time as compared to qualitative. I set a date with you, okay, and then okay, I want to conduct an interview with you. So at what time you are free? Okay, I'm free on this particular date at this particular time. Then you go and see him or her to conduct the interview. It cannot be face to face, it can be by phone. So you spend about half an hour. That's it for a first respondent. Then you go on for the second respondent. So it is an ongoing process. So if you have your first or second interview answers, respondent response, therefore you can start to do your analysis, or you can start to do your write-up, interpretation, and so on. You have to manage your data, those as a response that you got. You got it? You don't have to complete everything, then only you have to start to analyze. Unlike quantitative, you cannot do analysis until and when you completed everything. Okay, after you said that, okay, after 1.5 months, if those respondents did not respond, then only you can start your analysis. But unlike qualitative, if you say you want to conduct 6 interviews, you already got 1, you can start to analyze. Second one, you can start to analyze whether it met or not your research question and so forth. So that's why you consider as shorter time to conduct qualitative research. In terms of representation, representative, okay, it can be only small sample, limited to sample respondent. Okay, quantitative, it has to be large sample size. Your sample size must be representative, okay, of the population. That's why in quantitative, okay, you need to know your estimated population. Second, you need to know your confidence level. Third, you need to determine your confidence interval. From there, then only you'll be able to determine your sample size. Nowadays are very easy. You don't have to calculate you manually. You can use software, okay, on the web. Okay, there's software to calculate sample size. You put in your estimated population, you give in your confidence level, 90% or 95%, your confidence interval, then the system will tell you this is your sample size. So based on that, that is the minimum. If your sample size is 80, that means you have to get 80 respondents. If it's less than 80, it is not representative of the population. You got it? It must be more than the sample size in order your result to be representative of the population. So it will be large numbers. And then type of analysis, for qualitative is more debriefing, subjective content and interpretive. That's based on your interpretation of what people said. I might interpret differently. You might interpret differently. And that is qualitative. So I cannot say that you are wrong or I'm right. So that is qualitative. As for quantitative, the answer is the same. Okay, it's using statistical software, descriptive and so on, the top of prediction. If you have the alpha, the p-value less than 0.05, therefore it's not significant. If somebody says it's significant, then they are wrong. So that is where quantitative, the answer is objective. Qualitative, the answers, the response are very subjective, how you interpret the result. Okay, in terms of skills of the researcher, interpersonal skills. Okay, you must be very good in interpersonal skills. If you are not good, you cannot work with people, then it's very difficult to get people or your respondent to cooperate with you. Then your communication skills. If you like to talk, when people talk, you have to be silent. You have to listen to him or her what they are saying. Don't interject or don't interfere or don't interrupt when what people is talking, when the respondent is talking. So we must have your communication skill. If they are shy, how to break the ice. And then observation. You perform some observation, then you must be a very observant, even though when you conduct the interview, you this face-to-face interview. Okay, you have to look at their body language and so forth. And then the next one is your interpretive skill. Okay, your interpretation, how you interpret. As for quantitative, you use scientific, statistical process and translation skill based on whatever data that you have. Generalizability, very limited. You can only you cannot generalize. It only relates to that particular group or community or those people that you study. That's all. Very limited. But at least you get some insight or understanding about the behavior of that particular community that you study. As for quantitative, since you have a large sample size, you can make an inference, okay, about the result that you have. You can make an inference, you can make some conclusion about the community. So these are the difference between qualitative and quantitative research. Any questions so far?
Dr. Hidayah here.
Yep.
Just want to ask you about the sample for qualitative. How we want to know that the sample is enough for our research?
Okay, for your study, okay, now I asked you to only conduct one research interview, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, but in actual, when you conduct qualitative research, you have to conduct your own interviews. Okay, so let's say you are the first respondent. So normally people will take about 6 respondents at the beginning. Okay, or 10. It all depends on how much is your coverage. So let's say if take 5. When look at your response, respondents' answer or their responses, after the fourth respondent, it is about the same. You got it? 90% are similar. Only 10% of the content that you got is a little bit different. But 90% is almost the same. That's the fourth. When you look at the fifth, it's about the same thing. 90% is about the same, only 10% is quite different. So therefore, that is when you reach the what we call as data saturation. You do not get much more information than you want. It's enough already. Okay, everything about people talking about the same thing. So even though you conduct 11 or 20 or 30, the response is about the same. So there's no point you conduct more than that. So normally it's about 5 or 6 or 7, up 5 to 10. Therefore, you'll be able to determine whether the data have been saturated. That's what I call as data saturation in qualitative research. Got it? So I cannot say that, okay, 5 is enough, 6 is enough, 7. No, no. It's up to the interviewer, the researcher, to determine whether the information that you have collected have saturated or not. Because you're going to ask the same question. Because that is what I call, that is what I call semi-structured question. You already prepared some. That's why I asked you to prepare about 7 questions. So those unstructured, okay, those that you ask during the interview, impromptu questions. You can cause about deep probing, probing questions. Okay? Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you, Doctor.
Okay. When to use qualitative research? Okay. When you want to correctly identify problems or opportunity, or you want to establish new theories, this is where you conduct qualitative research. You cannot identify problems by using quantitative. Okay, for example, why people take drugs? Okay, at young age, let's say at the age of 15, they start to taking drugs. Can you use quantitative? When you take, okay, I got a family problem. Is it because due to family problem? Or from like a scale 1 to 5. 1 strongly agree, 1 strongly disagree, 5 strongly agree. Okay, they taking drug because of family problem. Like a scale 1 to 5. 1 strongly disagree, 5 very strongly agree. They put 4. When they agree because of family problem. So, but you don't know what type of family problems that they are facing. To determine what are the family problems, the actual problems, you have to ask that person. Okay, to ask that person for him or her to give the answer. Okay, you must have a good relationship. If they don't trust you, they will not tell your problems, even though you have some family problems or you have problems with your girlfriend or boyfriend. You're not going to disclose it to your anybody. You're only going to tell it to your trusted friend, isn't it? Even though if you're married, you have problems with your family. You're not going to confess to your mother or your father. You keep it to yourself. When you discuss it or you disclose it or you confess it to your good friend who you are trusted. Same thing with qualitative research. That's why interpersonal skills are very important in order to determine what are the problems that the community or that individual is facing. So in order to get the correct identification of the problems or the opportunities, therefore you have to conduct qualitative research rather than quantitative. Quantitative is just on the surface. Do you have any problem? Yes, I have family problem. So what is it? You do not know. Therefore, go down using qualitative research. Okay? And then interested in obtaining some preliminary insights into the motivation. That is talking about the behavior. At least you have the idea why they do certain things, why they react certain things, their emotion, their attitude, their personalities, okay, about the behavior. Then you need to conduct qualitative rather than quantitative. The quantitative does not give you anything, the insights or their behavior, why they behave in such a way. Okay. Sometimes you can see people crying, isn't it? Okay, let's say small children, okay, crying. Why did they cry? Their emotion. Is it because they're being scolded that they cry? Or is it because they did not get something when they ask from the parents that the parents did not fulfill? I say I want ice cream. The parent doesn't allow him to buy ice cream. I want to play with computer games. The parents did not allow. Okay, so the only thing is that they're talking about emotion. Therefore, you have to study why. That's why in qualitative research, you have to answer why. There are 5 whys. In qualitative, there are 5 why that must be answered. Okay. Okay, to determine the preliminary effectiveness of a specific strategies on actual human behavior. Okay, if you have some strategies, is it effective or not? Then you conduct qualitative. Okay, identifying variables pertaining to social issues that have not been addressed by existing literature. Okay, what are the factors that causes the community behave in such a way? Okay, about the any social problems or social issues. So you don't have any literature. You do not have. This is what I call as a grounded theory. In grounded theory, you don't have any theories, so you have to come up with a new theory. Okay, advantage and disadvantages of qualitative techniques. So I think you can read on your own. This one should be covered in your research methodology. Okay. Same thing with this exploratory design. I think this one you can read. Okay. Case study, ethnography, phenomenology, grounded theory. Same thing. Normally this is covered in your research methodology because you want to conduct research. What type of research you want to conduct? Is it case study? Is it grounded theory? Is it phenomenology and so on? Okay. This is ethnography. Observation of people. Therefore, you have to stay with them. This is ethnography. So it can be participant, can be spectator. You observe or you participate. It can be overt research or covert research. Okay, when you evolve. This is your as a researcher. Participant, that means you participate in that community. Spectator, you're from outside and just look at it. Overt research, you become an observer. Covert research, you participate. Okay, these are the features of ethnography. This is phenomenology. Okay. And then this is grounded theory. Grounded theory, you do not have any theories yet. So you come up, from your study, you come up with a new theory. This is what I call as grounded theory. So method of exploratory design, it can be document or archival analysis. Archive. Okay. So based on whatever that you have, they may archive the documents, then you analyze. For example, Malaysia lose to Singapore regarding Batu Putih Island. Remember? Why? We do not have the document. That's why documents are very important to be kept. Okay, so you have to safeguard of the documents and so on. So if you do not have the document, then you're adolescing in. So your exploratory is by looking at those documents and analyze. In-depth interviews, it can be face-to-face. Okay, it can be a focus group interviews, or it can be observation. So these are the methods or things that you can do or conduct. Okay, interview, preparing the interview guide, open-ended question on general issues. Okay, the best way to approach the qualitative interview is to believe that there's a way to unlock the internal perspectives of every interview. Some interviews are very shy. If you know your friends, you just conduct, it's very easy. But if you want to talk to somebody who is not your friend, who are new to you, and they are new to you too, they don't understand you, do not know their culture, then what you need to do is to unlock the internal perspective of those interviews. That's very challenging. I used to conduct an interview with orang asli. Okay, dekat mana ya? In Johor Bahru. Not far from Johor Bahru. They were Johor Bahru, I guess. In Johor. Okay. They would not ask questions. You cannot ask them, are they married or not? Okay. So what you need to do is, in order to know whether they are married or not, you ask them, how many children do you have? So if how many children do you have, And they answer, I have not got, I don't have any more, I do not have any more children yet. Married or not married? Faham? Okay.
Not
I
married.
say, I got 2 children. Definitely she's married. But you don't ask a direct question. Are you married? No, you can't do that. Okay. So how old is she? Then you know. So there are certain things, they are very secretive. They will not tell you everything. Okay, so do you need to know, you must be able to tackle. Sometimes I say, I want to conduct an interview, formal. They don't want to respond. So the only way to collect the information is just simple discussion. Okay, you just talk about the situation and so on, then you start to ask question, indirect question. Then you know, then you will be able to pick up. If you have, okay, question number 1, then you read to him. He will not answer you. That's what happened to Orang Asli when I conducted the interview about in what year, 2014 or 2013. Okay, those are the things that you must be very careful. Okay, 3 levels when you conduct interviews. The content level, listen to record the information. Okay, at the process level, use your skill of questioning, paraphrasing, probing, attending. Why you need to paraphrase? Have you conducted the interview? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, did you paraphrase or not? Do you know what is meant by paraphrasing? Have you studied qualitative research methodology last semester? Yes, isn't it?
Yes, doctor.
We summarize what people said.
Huh?
We summarize in our word what people said.
Yes. Did you do that or not when you conduct interview?
Yes, doctor.
Yes. Why you need to do paraphrasing?
Plagiarism.
Hmm?
Plagiarism.
The reason why you need to do paraphrasing is for him to verify what he or she had been saying. That will increase your reliability. You got it?
So meaning, doctor, meaning that the respondent need to agree with what I will say. Is it like that? Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
Is that some sort of clarification?
Yes. That will increase your reliability. I said, no, I didn't say that. You got it? When you wrongly interpret, because you're paraphrasing based on your interpretation or how you summarize everything, what he or she had said. Oh, yes. Yeah. Correct. Therefore, that's the answer. So that will increase your reliability of your interviews, because qualitative research, you do not have any reliability. Okay, people can question you. That's why last time, back in early 2000 up to 2010, qualitative research is not that popular, because majority of those people, okay, use qualitative. The quantitative, you have reliability measurement, but not qualitative. So the only way to increase the reliability by looking at it, you have to paraphrase. Okay, after you have transcribed, have you transcribed? Some of you, yes, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Then
doctor.
you send it to your respondent to check, is this what he or she had said during the conversation? Did you do that? Mesti tak kan?
Belum.
Not yet, doctor.
That is how, when you give it to them, okay, this portion, please do not write. This is confidential. Therefore, you have to take it out, because you have to protect about the risk of the respondent. I did not say this. In this paragraph, I did not say this. You have wrongly misquoted me. You got it? From there, you increase your reliability of the interview. These are the things that you have to be able to manage. That's how you manage your data. That is a process. And then lastly, the next one is executive level. Okay. You must be sensitive to the interview's energy levels and continually make judgment on how to move the interview forward. Okay, when you look at, wow, that guy's already tired, looking at the watch. What does it mean? Or you feel uneasy. Okay, that's where body language is very important to look at it. So that's why you must be very observant when you conduct an interview. Okay?
Doctor, can I ask a question?
Yes.
If we conduct an interview, the question is we go by indirectly. We ask the respondent, do you have children? And then can we make the assumption by skipping the question when he or she doesn't have children means the respondent did not marry, or we do need to ask the exact question, are you married?
Sometimes you'll be very offended when you ask, are you married? You got it? Some people might be very offended. So the best, you have any children? Oh, no, I don't have any more. I don't have any children. And then, I'm not married. Okay?
Oh, I see. Okay.
They will see that. I don't have any children. I'm not married. But if you ask, are you married? Especially when they ask ladies, okay? Women. Are very sensitive. Some of them are very sensitive. Why you ask me this type of questions? So you have to act in such a way that they will say, for example, the other day, I met one lady. I did not know that she's a divorcee. Okay? I just said, oh, nanti your husband will do ini. Doctor, I'm not. I don't have any husband. I don't have any husband. Huh? But she got 3 children. Age 24, 21. So what does it mean? That means she's divorcee. You got it? I don't have any husband. Tapi anak dah 24, 21 and 18. Okay, understood. I'm so sorry. I didn't ask, are you a divorcee? Is very offended. She admitted. So those are the things sometimes when you ask questions, you make sure that you ask nicely, even though you need to have that information. Let me use your skill, communication skill, to get those information. Okay? Okay, so this one, listening, most important skill. Listen to what is said. Listen carefully. Then listen to the unstated message. He didn't say directly. Questioning, open questions, yes, might have close-ended questions. Paraphrasing, okay, repeats back to the interviewee in a concise form the essential message of the interviewee's reply. Reflections of the feeling, okay, probing, getting deeper into the interviewee's thought. These are things, if you have conducted, you go. Have you read this PowerPoint before you conduct your interviews? Hidayah, Gani?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, baca dah. Sebelum conduct interview.
No, not
No,
really.
and nak kasih nota tak baca, sedih saya.
Tak baca, Doctor.
Huh? Okay, focus group interviews. Okay, face-to-face interview with a group of respondents at the same time, between 6 to 10, not too many. Because when you conduct focus group, you have to be in control. Sometimes you might have 1 or 2 respondents that are very dominant. He is the only one going to talk. Okay, others keep quiet. So when you conduct focus group interviews, you must be very observant. Okay, not to let 1 or 2 respondents control. So you do not have. It's possible not too many. If too many, there's no point. Only 5 talk. Okay, give their response. The other 5 silent. So no point of having that 5. So if you have 2 groups of 5, then most likely those people will talk. So you have to look, hey, what is the suitable numbers? Okay. The main purpose is to elicit responses from the individual in a group setting. Okay. Yes.
Hidayah here. For focus group, does it mean that we interview the person individually, but in the group condition, or we just throw out the question and then anyone in the group can answer?
Yes, you throw out the questions and anyone can respond.
Or
Or you can pick up. If you notice that one person did not respond, did not talk so much. Okay. Then you go, how about Mr. C? Can you give your opinion? You got it? You pick up his name.
Okay.
So normally you let them talk freely. It's much better because they have some opinion what to say. And then you must be in control. Afraid because you might have individuals who are in disagreement with certain things. Okay, A say agree, B say did not agree. Then gaduh. They're fighting. So you must be in control. Okay, observation. This is another method of conducting qualitative research. Okay, just now interviews, focus group, you do observation. So prepare an observation checklist. Last time when I taught qualitative, I asked my students to go anywhere and do some observation. Stay there about 15 minutes. Whatever place that you want to do, go and then report of your observation. And then I know, okay, this is quantitative. All your observation is more on quantitative, not a qualitative. Okay, that is where now a PKP you cannot do an observation. Okay, and then research as a full observer or research observing as an active participant. Important to note down everything observed during data collection process. So you prepare the observation checklist so that as a guide for you, what you want to see, what you want to record. That is very important. So sometimes, can I use video, camera, and phone? It all depends. Have you ever heard about Houghton effect? HAWTHORNE, Houghton effect. Have you remember that? When you study management, when you are at diploma level? Anybody? Hidayah Ghani?
Tak?
Tak dengar lah tu. Mana boleh pergi tadi?
Tak ada.
Have you ever heard about Houghton effect?
Houghton effect.
When you study management? How old are you now?
29.
Okay, when you are young, at the age of about 19 maybe, and if you learn your management at diploma level, 10 years ago.
10 years ago. I think maybe I come across that word before, but I can't recall much on that.
Atika?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, okay. What is Houghton effect? Do you know what is Houghton effect?
I don't remember, Doctor.
Still remember. Dah tua dah you all. Okay. Houghton effect, they studied about the productivity. Okay. When the workers, the employees, okay, were being observed. You got it? Their productivity is the same as when they are not being observed. Okay, they control the lighting. Okay, when they control the lighting, if you are a dedicated employee or workers, whether the condition is bad or worse, you still produce. You got it? People who are lazy, okay, what happened when they are not being observed?
They will slack around. They
will
will tend to do other things.
Yes, they will tend to do other things. Same thing with you all. When I did not observe you all, kadang-kadang I can observe you all again. Okay, what you are doing when I teach you? Now, you are not being observed by me, but by Allah. Allah observe you. What you are doing while I'm teaching. Ini scroll, tengok apa, TikTok lah. Right? So, tapi when you being observed, you behave. When you're not being observed, you don't behave. That is the Houghton effect. They studied when they control about the lighting, okay, when the lighting becomes dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, the employees that are really work hard maintain their productivity because they are not being observed. So they look at that observation. That's what called Horton effect. Those are really good employees. They still work whatever type of condition or work condition. Those who are not that hardworking people will tend to behave differently. When they observe, they are very dedicated. When they are not being observed, they do other things. Okay, same thing. When you conduct an observation, you cannot tell people that you are observing him or her because you will not be able to see what is the daily routine that they do. These are the procedures. But when you observe, they follow the process. But when they are not being observed, they go against the procedure. Some of the procedure will overrule. You got it? That's why I want to see things and make sure. Have you watched Undercover Boss? Any documentary? Pernah tengok tak? Undercover Boss? Movie? It's not movie. It's just like a documentary. Pernah tengok tak?
No, doktor.
Tak pernah doktor.
Kena tengok lah. Undercover Boss.
Undercover.
He is a CEO, okay, of a company. So they want to know how the welfare of their employee. So they go down, okay. They act differently, like an worker go there and talk to the employee and then do the work. And then they know the conditions of the company. Something they have to improve, they improve it. Then sometimes they know that their employees have financial difficulties, they help the employee and so on. Okay, that's what I call it an undercover boss. So they observe. Okay, next one. Okay, document archival analysis. Thorough analysis of document. I mean, you have to go thoroughly with the documents on, assessing formats and contents, looking at differences and similarities. This is where you look at your document. Same thing, for example, when you do your research, corporate governance, related to corporate governance, when looking at the performance of the companies based on governance, for example, how many board members you have, how many ladies, how many men, and so on. So that sometimes is content analysis. So you look at differences and similarities. That's what called as document or archival analysis. So there are two levels, manifest and latent content. Okay. So other techniques, Delphi and so on, projecting methods, okay, panels, Delphi techniques and so on. Okay, development of qualitative research. Qualitative research proposal differ from quantitative. One in terms of the use of research question rather than hypothesis. Okay, qualitative research use research question. Quantitative more on hypothesis. Absence of theoretical framework, which is replaced by conceptualization model, or we call as pictorial conceptualization. Okay, or conceptual framework. Concept, only concept, but it's not theoretical. It's not theories. That is the difference between qualitative and quantitative. Quantitative, theoretical framework. Qualitative is conceptual framework. Okay. And continue. Okay, use literature in qualitative research. Okay, use literature in qualitative research. Stimulate theoretical sensitivity. Be source of secondary data. Stimulate questions for development of the interview guide. Okay, direct theoretical sampling. It is in validating, help us in the accuracy of the findings. That's where I ask you to get some articles regarding qualitative research. Okay, analyzing qualitative data. So that's what we're going to do later on. And then interpret. Okay, interpret how people construct and give meanings to the actions. Okay, the observer reads how social objects are made meaningful. No specific methods or analysis or tools used apart from researcher interpretive abilities. So that means interpretation is based on the researcher. Okay, your ability to interpret, and it is very subjective. That is about qualitative in terms of analysis. You have to interpret. The grounded theory, okay, theory is not there. So you do the coding, open action, and so on. So this one used in your analysis later on, how to document. So this one we're going to cover later in our qualitative, in the when you do the analysis part on your data. Okay, that's all for your theoretical today. Done. Any questions so far? Any question?
Not yet, Doctor.
No. Okay, good. So now let's just start with our en vivo. Can we take a break? Come back about 9:45.
Okay, Doctor.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Doctor.
Coding and perform auto coding. Then you run data queries. Then present your data. Okay. So these are that you need to do the entire session. This week and next week. Okay, that's next week we finish off the qualitative. They're using the en vivo. Okay, the prerequisite for qualitative data analysis, you must have a good grasp of relevant literature, understanding the area you are studying. You have the research questions that has been developed, and then you have the interviews. Okay, it can be in-depth interviews or it can be focus group responses that means transcribe your pictures and so on, your videos. It can also be used to in your data analysis. Okay, qualities of good qualitative researcher. You are comfortable working with ambiguities. Okay, those are in the gray line. Okay, you're not clear, and that's called as ambiguities. Like quantitative is more clearer, it's more objective, but not qualitative. It's quite vague. Highly intuitive, sensitive to context, physical settings and people, overt and covert agenda, verbal and non-verbal behavior. So you must be very sensitive to that settings. You must be very empathic. Okay, you must have that sense of empathy. You must be a good listener. You are not judgmental. You must be well organized. You need to be a good writer, and you must be self-critical and self-analytical, and be able to detach yourself, because empathy and judgmental. Okay, not judgmental is not more objective, so they contradict. So you must be able to detach. At what time you must be empathy, at what time you be more objective. Okay, not judgmental. So these are some of the qualities that you need to have to become a qualitative researcher. If you're not a good writer, then it's very hard for you to write qualitative research. But you have to experience it, how to write a qualitative research paper. That's why at the end of your second assignment is to write a qualitative research paper based on your area of your study that you have gathered all this information. Okay, data generation is talking about triangulations. Okay, methods of analysis, settings and perspectives, and so on. You conduct your interviews, your focus group, you have narratives, your conversation, you have observation, and so on. This is where you try to match. You have to triangulate the source of information that you have to make it stronger. So you have different sources of information to validate something or to get something. So writings can be from your transcripts, can be analysis of accounts, can be emails, memos, and journal entries. Literature, to do your literature, it can be from PDF files, it can be text file, it can be document file, DOCX file is the document, RTF is rich text format files, or it can be PDF files, that is portable document format. Okay, so this can be used in your en vivo. If you have different types of document formats, and then you can take some pictures. So with the pictures that you take, it can be in the format of BMP, GIF, JPEG, TIF, or TIFF. So these are the formats that NVivo will be able to cater, okay, or to import the documents. Is an audio file and video files. Video file is MPG, MPEG, MPE, WAVE, WMV, AVI, MOV, QT, or MP4. So this type of video formats can be imported into your NVivo. If it is an audio file, it can be in forms of MP3 format or WMA or WAV, WAV. Okay, so these are the format that can be used in your NVivo. Data set, it can be Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, it can be Access database, okay, it can be text delimited files, ODBC database, okay, or bibliography software, EndNotes, Zotero, what else? Other than that, you guna apa ya untuk referencing in your write up, you guna apa? What type of software ya? Mendeley.
Mendeley.
Mendeley you can also export, okay, your documents in your Mendeley to NVivo to be import, okay. And then what to do with the data? You manage, you store, you access, and you can keep track to and fro between closeness and distance, make sense of it, reflect on it, and you visualize it. So those data that I have collected, this is what you can do. With the analysis, generate or confirm theories, if you have theories. So you can come up with theories, or if there is no theories, then you can come up with a new theory. Query for themes and patterns. Okay. Bring in context, manage complexity, deal with diversity, and test hunches and get evidence. This from your. Yeah. Yes. And you know that question just now? No. Okay. Okay, with the result, we go beyond the description. Rigorously illustrate, explain, justify claims, options, visualize them. Okay, fulfill article confidentiality and anonymity of principle. Okay, present trails of evidence and tell the story. And then meet all those deadlines. So how NVivo can help? They can store, manage, link documents and ideas within a NVivo software project. You can code your documents and notes and refine your coding. You can write memos with your ideas. You can move between notes and the document detail, shape the project with classification to assign demographic categories and so on. You can do some linking between one document to another document or from one passage from one document to another document. Okay, search and scope to ask questions and develop tests and ideas and also theories. Model charts and visualize to display ideas and findings, etc. Reports extraction for inclusion in written work. Okay. So this data preparation, remember I have covered this, transcribing. Okay. The goal of transcribing, you have covered last week. And then you transcribe, you include all those don't need correct incomplete sentence and so forth. Okay, record non-verbal and emotional elements. And then you have the diagrams from the findings. Okay. As you listen to the tips, I have already covered. If you have any translation, then we do. And then we have done this, your paragraph starts, right? Okay, this is where extract of the interview transcript. Then you convert it. Okay, here is first column. First paragraph, heading is heading 1. The first column here is using heading 2. And then you convert this into a paragraph. Okay, these are the steps. Dah baca dah yang ni? Tahu dah? Okay, so this is why you have a paragraph. Okay. Have you installed your NVivo into your PC?
Yes, betul.
Okay, good. Can you see this icon or not? If you use Google, if you use Chrome or Internet Explorer. Can you use this symbol? This symbol is end capture. Can somebody share your screen? Can I take a look at it? Because I want you to capture afterwards some information from website. Anybody would like to share the screen? Somebody who use Internet Explorer. No, Google Chrome.
Don't have the icon, Doctor.
You use Chrome or Internet Explorer? You cannot use Mozilla, tak boleh ya? Mozilla or Firefox, you won't have it. The only
Doktor tak ada icon tak ada.
okay, never mind. Tunjuk your screen. Dia disabled. You kena enable the icon.
Doctor, disable participant share screen.
Iya ke? Okay. Hold on.
Doktor, when we install the NVivo, kena pilih NVivo Pro ke Plus ke, Doktor?
I pun tak tahu. You install yang mana? Pro? Pro okay lah.
Okay.
Pro should be okay. Okay, dah share dah. Can you share?
Tika tengah share ke?
Boleh share lah.
Tak. Sekejap. Siapa nak share?
Tak tahu.
Okay. Share, saya share. Doktor tak ada pun yang capture tu.
Tak ada. Okay, nanti let me see. Tak ada kan? Okay, tak ada. Ini Chrome isn't it?
Tak ada.
You boleh
Ini Chrome.
You boleh pergi dekat ni tak? Dekat sini extension tak ada ya?
Dekat extension tak ada.
Okay, kalau tak ada, dia sepatutnya dia install. Maksudnya when you install your software, dia ask you to install and capture. If not, can you type the word and capture? You go and search for and capture, and then you install. Okay, search. Okay, and capture. Okay, do go to QSR International. Okay, can you see that?
Oh, this one.
Okay.
QSR International.
No. The top one. The first one kat atas tu. The 12 July.
This one.
Aha. Okay, click on that.
Okay.
Then you add to your Chrome extension tu. Add to Chrome. Add extension.
Okay.
Doctor, I got the remove from Chrome button, not add.
You
So
have to
means my laptop is already, I already have the M capture in my laptop, is it?
Yeah.
Remove.
So not remove. You have to add. If it is there, if it is there, it's good.
Like this one, remove from. I have this.
You have to enable it, not disable.
Okay.
Okay, you have to enable it.
Okay, doktor dah ada.
Okay, you have that, isn't it? Yang dekat situ kan,
Yeah.
nampak tu? Can you see or not?
Yes, yes.
Okay, how about your friends? Can you see? Do you have that?
Yes,
on the top?
doctor.
On the
Yes,
top of the screen.
doctor.
Okay. You have that that symbol, that icon. Okay. Okay. The purpose of that icon is for you to capture any information on the website. Okay. So website you can capture, and then you can capture YouTube video. Okay. And if you have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Give it a second. You can capture those posting using and capture. So whatever that is posted or being shown on the website will be captured. If it is a Facebook or Facebook, LinkedIn, if you're not mistaken, or Twitter, it will be captured as a data. It can be captured as a data set. But if it's a website, okay, that icon will be able to capture you in the formats of PDF format. Okay, the information that on the website will be captured as a PDF format. So you need to have that if you want to capture any information that is on the website. Got it? Now that's why I asked you whether you have that particular icon. Make sure you have that particular icon. So can you take a look at your NVivo dataset in your piece that you have installed in your PC? Can somebody share with me? Show the content of it. Siapa nak share? Atika nak share ke? Nurul, Hidayah, okay.
So Hidayah.
No, not this one. Your data set, your folder. Okay, mana NVivo data? Okay. Okay, sekarang ni you click on type. Column tu, type. Second, third column. Click on type. Click. Okay. So your data has been sorted, right? So you have PDF file, you have PowerPoint, you have Word document, right? And then you have audio, you have video. Can you see that? MP3, MP4. And then you have a file that will have the extension of NVCX. Can you see that?
Yes,
at the
doctor.
bottom. Maliza, as you can see, Maliza at the bottom. Sound clip. That is MP3. Okay. That is MP3. That is audio file. Empathy. Okay, that is a video file. Okay. And then about Virginia Tech NVCX, that is NVivo compressed file. You cannot open it until when you start with your NVivo later on. Okay. Aisha, Azli, Chai, Hairul, and so on. That is your interview question and interview. Okay. And then you have qualitative method, that is your PowerPoint. Okay. And then you have n-text data sets. Can you see that? Okay, n-text data set. This is when you conduct Survey Monkey. Okay, you conduct your survey using Survey Monkey, whereby the data can be exported into Excel format. So when you export into Excel format, your data consists of qualitative and quantitative data. Quantitative, those are numbers. Qualitative, those are when you talk about opinion, okay, comments, and so on. That is in text. So you can export it into your Excel file, and then this Excel file can be imported into your NVivo. So this is where you use it in your analysis later on. And then you see Penguin, JPG, that is an image file. That's a picture. Okay, that's a picture. Okay, Virginia Tech and so on. That's a Virginia Tech. That is okay. Can you delete Smith towards identifying? That one. You delete that. Everybody delete that file. Okay. So about Virginia Tech is your website that you capture. Okay. Reference ENLX. That one is EndNotes. Okay. Data that you export from your EndNotes software. So it can be imported into your NVivo. and then Smith, okay, all that files, the PDF files is the articles. For example, you download, okay, when you read your articles, you download, okay, then these articles can be imported into your NVivo. As this one is very important if you want to do your literature. I know they are very hardworking people and you don't have enough time, okay, so work smart. You can use your NVivo, okay, to help you to speed up your writing, your literature. You can search your keywords in your document. I will show you later on. Okay, so these are the articles files that you have downloaded into your PC for you to work on with. Okay, assuming this is your data. Okay, and then you can also delete the folder. Smith was identifying factor of relativeness. That one show folder you can delete. Okay, reference data that is related to EndNote, so you don't have to delete. Job satisfaction is another file. It's okay, another folder. That's all. So you notice that there are several sources of information that is available to you. One, in the form of PDF. Do you have one document? I can't remember. Look at, go down to your Word document. Focus group. Do you have focus group or not? Okay. Focus group transcript. That is focus group. When you conduct focus group interviews, you have, so when you transcribe, it is in the table format. So that's why you have focus group interview table. And then you have I know table. Can you see I know table? So you transcribe your interview in terms of table format. So that's called I know table. That has not been converted into a paragraph. Okay. So you collect as much information as possible. If you conduct interview, you have interview transcript. If you conduct focus group, you have focus group transcript. And then if you take pictures, you have penguin. Okay, you import into your document, into your, so whatever data that you want to use, you put in a specific folder, and you can create subfolders, okay, in your computer, so that you store your data. You got it? Rather than one file is in this place, second file in one file in download folder, the second file in document folder, the third file in whatever folder, then very difficult for you to find, to search. So put everything that's related to your project or your research in one particular folder. So in this case, whatever that I want to teach regarding NVivo, all those materials, I put it under NVivo data folder. Understood? You work smart. I do not know how you do, okay, how you work on with your articles when you download. Can you see how I write down the articles? I put the name, Ertmer, E-R-T-M-E-R. Can you see? But I did not put the year. Okay, I put the name of the author, the first author's last name. You might have 3 or 4 authors who write this article. So I take the first author's last name, that's Ertmer, and then I put underscore, and then I type the title of the articles. Okay, so you can copy and paste. That's why you know, okay, whose article is this? Okay, if you want to put Ertmer 2000, if the article is in the year 2000, therefore put Ertmer 2000, then followed by the title of the article. If Ertmer has 3 articles, Ertmer 2000, Ertmer 2001, Ertmer 2005. Okay, so that is how you differentiate. So the method of saving the file is very important, so that you not get lost. Okay, with all those references or data articles that you have. So we can. Okay, now what I'm going to show you. Okay, you go to you open up your Google Chrome. Share your Google Chrome. Okay, go to the website of your interest. Okay, go to any website of your interest. Tak mau lagi ATM. ATM lapuk lah, carilah some good website ke, memasak ke, shopping ke. Go any website of your interest. Ini you akan di hatiku ni, tak boleh lah.
Doktor, kalau Shopee okey, doktor?
Boleh. Any website of your interest. Okay. Do you want to go to any specific site? Go to the specific site of your interest. Ini dekat luar kan? This is outside, right? Okay, you can go to a specific. What
Means
product
that-
you want to search
Oh,
for?
okay. Maybe baju kurung.
Okay. Let's say this one. Okay. You want to capture this website. Got it?
Okay.
In order to capture this particular website, so it can be any website. The one that you want to capture. You click the end capture button. Okay. Read first before you accept.
Okay.
Okay. So you say accept. They ask you to capture as web page as PDF, to capture web page as article as a PDF. Which one?
Article.
If web page, you can put as a web page as PDF lah. It doesn't matter. Okay. 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 Description. You can type the reason. You can type the name of the site, the reason. You can describe anything. That is optional. Okay. Memo. The reason why you capture this website, this site, particular site. Okay. Code add notes you don't have to do. Okay. That you're not doing any coding yet. Okay. So you just can type description and memo. That is optional. You do not want to type anything. You just leave it blank. It's okay. Okay. So one, you have to satisfy with this, then you capture. Okay, let's show you the process of capturing. Show capture progress. Okay. Okay, completed. Okay. So done kan, completed. So where is it? Captured. Okay. Show all. Click the show all button.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Click show in folder. Okay. So this file, can you see? Okay. You view detail. Go to click view. Up, further up, further up, further up, up, further up. No. On your menu bar, home share view. Okay, view detail. Detail. Okay. Can you see? So the extension of the file is NVCX. You have baju kurung. You have date modified. You see the type, the next column. Can you see NVCX? That is NVivo captured file, compressed file. Okay, you cannot open this file unless you have it import into your NVivo software. Understood?
Okay.
Okay, so whatever that of your interest on the website, that is the way how to capture it. Understood? Faham?
Okay.
Okay, that is materials that relates to anything that is on the website, because you might lose it. So in order to avoid the losing all those information, okay, a year later and so on, you capture it now. Understood? That is how you capture all your research materials on the website. Assuming this, your Shopee just now is your research material. So you capture it using end capture. Any question?
Doctor,
so you
can try one more time, Doctor.
You can go to any website of your interest.
Okay, let's say in the Shopee just now.
Okay. You share your screen.
So I stop sharing now,
You stop sharing, that guy share. You can see what did he do. Okay, share your screen.
Share my screen. Screen one. Share. Okay, Doctor.
Okay. Do you have the end capture?
Got here.
Okay. Click on that.
Okay.
Okay. So you capture as a PDF, right? Okay. Description. you can type anything. Okay, describe about the website that you do. And memo, you can type the reason why you captured that particular website. This is an optional. If you do not want to type anything, just leave it blank. Okay, so once done, so when to capture as a PDF file, then you click the capture button. So they'll show you the progress. Okay, show progress. Click on that. They'll show you the progress. Okay. If you put a stop, they stop at the point of time when you want capture. So if there are 1,000 data, they stop at 100. Then it can just capture about 100. So this is done, right? Okay. Show all on your right hand side.
Show all.
Okay. Show in folder. Okay. Click show in folder. Okay.
This one.
Okay. There. Is that the one?
Yes.
MMX. Okay. That is okay. Can you see NCVX? The extension?
Yes.
So that is NVivo capture compressed file.
Okay.
Okay, but you cannot open it here. You can only open it in your NVivo software. So that is how you capture any website of your interest. So you have to go to the specific website. So normally the cover page is the front level, isn't it? Then second level, third level. Even though it's at the 8th level, so you can capture the 8th level of the information that is in the website. Understood?
Understand?
Okay. Now go to YouTube. Search for any videos of your interest. Okay, select any video of your interest.
Okay, this one.
Okay. Skip the advertisement, I guess.
Skip. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so this is the video that you want to capture.
Okay.
Okay. Click the end capture button.
Okay.
Okay. So when you click the end capture button, they give you 3 options. You want to capture video only, or video with and contents, or web page as PDF. So which one you prefer?
Okay, video and comment.
Okay, if you want to click this video and comment, then you type the description, you type the memo. Okay. And then memo is the reason for why you want to capture that. And then you click capture. Okay. So you can see the progress.
A bit slow because maybe because of the video, is it?
I don't know. So you go back to the video, the size of the video. Okay. So that is how you you capture the video. You got it?
Yes.
Boleh. That is using and capture to capture videos in the YouTube, or if you want to capture information that is in the website. Any questions so far? So this will become your sources of information for your qualitative research. If that materials is available in YouTube, or if that material is available on the website, it will be captured. And once it has been captured, then later on you're going to import it. So this is the stage whereby you collect all those information. Okay, you have interviews, you have transcribed. Okay, you have focus group, you have transcribed. Okay, if you take pictures, okay, so you take pictures in your telephone, right? Then you download it into your PC, and then later on you import it into your NVivo. Okay, any questions? Okay, next one.
Prof.
I start first.
Okay, you can stop.
Okay.
Yes, who's that?
Prof, I'm using Microsoft Edge, but I can't activate the NVivo capture.
Okay, can you share your screen? You're using which one? What software?
Microsoft Edge.
Oh, you cannot use Microsoft Edge. You have to use either Chrome or Internet Explorer.
Oh.
Yeah, Explorer now, is it Explorer being changed to Edge?
It's updated to Edge as
Okay,
far as I
can you see your screen? I have not used Edge for quite some time.
Edge for Microsoft, latest Microsoft Office.
Okay, so can you share your screen? Let me we can see together.
Yes, Prof. I
Leslie, how are you, Leslie? Leslie senyap, yeah. Very silent, very obedient lady.
Prof, can you see my screen?
Yep. Okay, where is it? Can you go to the three dots button on your right hand side? Click on that. Okay, then go for extension. Okay, you scroll down, extension install, go down, go down.
That's the page.
Okay, did you download just now? No, NVivo and Capture. And Capture?
I need to download separately NVivo and Capture.
And Capture. And Capture. No. Okay. And Capture. No. Type and Capture. You have that.
Yes, I typed and Capture for Edge.
Okay. Can you have it? Go down. To Chrome. Okay. And Capture without Windows version. And okay.
The first one, right?
You can use the yes. Okay. What does it have? Go down.
That's all for the page.
It download. It doesn't download. Go up.
No.
Go back to the second one. Window version. And Capture the third one. And QSR and Capture. Okay. Download now. Oh, that's too big. QSR. Huh?
No.
64.8 megabytes is too big. It's smaller than that. We'll go down. Oh no, you don't have. Go up a little bit. You may want to check more. No. Up. QSR. Because QSR and Capture is free to download for ourselves. Go down a little bit. Description. I want to see the description. The download was checked a bit like intervention. It's for Windows. Oh, this is for Windows. You're using Edge. Where is it? You don't have Chrome.
No, I can download Chrome.
You can do that. Try to download Chrome. It's much easier.
Can I stop sharing the screen?
Okay.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay. If you have to look in the materials, okay, let me share my screen for a while. This is what I have, okay, using Capture. This I download the website, okay. You got the positioning and so on, okay. This is the process of capturing, okay. So as a PDF, okay. Now you go to your website, Facebook. You want to capture Facebook. Okay. To capture Facebook, do you have his Facebook account? Okay. To capture information in the Facebook, make sure you're at the wall. Okay. Can somebody share? Can somebody share the screen? Okay, materials ada dalam PowerPoint. Later on, you can look at it. Okay, anybody can share? Facebook. Leslie, you would like to share your screen? Leslie?
Means to share our Facebook, Doctor.
Yeah. Your screen. Share your screen. Kita nak go to you want to capture some information in the Facebook, not your Facebook account. You're going to share. You're going to get somebody's information.
Info. Is it
info.
this one?
I don't know. You do not share the screen. I can't see.
Oh, that's okay. Wait.
Anybody can share the screen.
Okay. Share.
Okay.
Can see, Doctor?
Okay, I can see. Okay, you go and search. Let's say somebody's Facebook account. Anybody?
Somebody's.
Nilofa.
Okay.
Okay, example.
Okay, example. Okay. You must be at the wall of the Facebook. Do you know what is the wall?
This one?
I don't know. Wall.
Wall.
The wall will show you all the some comments and so on.
Home newsfeed.
Huh?
Newsfeed.
Newsfeed.
I haven't used Facebook for the past 11 years. So I do not know.
This one? Newsfeed. This one is story. Okay.
Story. Now, is there any new changes in the Facebook? I do not know. Never mind. You go to some anywhere lah. Okay. If not, type Datuk Sahul. Type Datuk Sahul.
Datuk Sahul.
Tan Sri Sahul lah. Tan Sri Sahul. SHOL. L. Okay, that right. Okay. Okay. Clear on that?
Yes, okay.
Okay. And the comments again. Okay. Now you put end capture. Click the end capture.
End capture.
Okay, let's see. You have to log in. Okay, log in first.
Okay.
Can you see? Post as dataset, web page as PDF file.
Dataset.
Okay. So if you're at the wall of that particular Facebook account, you have this post as dataset. If it is not at the wall of the Facebook of that particular account, it will be saved as a PDF file. So we want it to be as a dataset. Understood?
Understand.
Okay. So you can type in the description. You can type in the memo. Okay. That is optional. Okay. And then you capture. So this one will be captured as a data set. So they will show, then if you look at the progress of capturing, okay. So it all depends on how much data that they can collect. Okay. If you put a stop, therefore they just collect information at to the point whereby you put a stop. Okay. Let's say you put a stop. So this is progress, isn't it? Okay. So if they have completed the capturing, you can see that in your download folder. Okay, like the one that is in the one that you capture about the website. The same thing, the extension is NVCX, like the one that you have in NVivo data. So it all depends on the speed of your internet, okay, connection and so on. Okay, understood? That is how you capture website, how you capture videos in your YouTube, and how you capture. In this case, you do not have anything, zero posting, so you can't see anything. Okay, And second one is when you capture postings in the Facebook account. So if you have Facebook account, don't simply post something or don't simply comment. Everything can be captured. What you say. Okay. So we have that in your NVivo data folder. You have Facebook, you have videos, and also you have website. So that are the sources of information that you have. Okay, let me share my screen.
Okay, stop. Okay, doctor.
Okay. So if you use Capture for your website just now, okay, navigate to the wall, post for a user, page or group. Okay, so capture as a data set. This is where the data will be captured in terms of you have all the cells and columns and so on. This way for you, later on you can do the analysis. So we have done that. Okay. This is captured video in the YouTube. This is video and so on, comments. Okay. So you have all this. Okay. If, okay, NVivo, if EndNotes, you select the references because the EndNotes have all the articles. Same thing, you use Mendeley. Okay. You can export it. You select the materials from that particular software first and then export. You click on export, file export. Same thing with Mendeley. And then you choose XML extension for you to import. So write the name and then you export. Okay, XML. Then the data will be exported. That's why you have XML. Okay, okay. Then now you can start your NVivo. Okay, somebody share with me the screen.
Sekejap.
Yes, who is that?
Atika.
Oh yes, Atika.
I didn't get to capture my Facebook apa ni with the data set option.
If you do not get, it is you are not at the wall of that particular Facebook account or group.
Okay.
Okay, you must be at the wall. What is the wall? I do not know. Wall tahu tak wall?
Okay. I think the page of that person lah. I still cannot get the web page data set tu.
You still get as a PDF, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cuba buka, share your screen. Mariam, are you okay, Mariam?
Okay, so for example.
Yes, Prof.
Okay. Okay, put and capture, huh? Okay, type description. Okay, I know.
Web page.
No, this is not at the wall. You will get pergi kat wall. Itu kan wall tu. Mana wall ah? Anybody knows? Anybody can assist her?
Tekan nama siapa-siapa kat situ. I mean, you tekan nama Ahmad Humaizi, then you can go to the wall. Kan?
This is the one.
This is Ahmad Humaizi.
Yeah.
You capture?
Yeah. This one.
Try to capture,
Capture.
Tak, bukan. No, it says this is not. This is not.
Yeah, try another person.
I did only once last time, yeah. Ini pun tak boleh rasanya. I think this one will be PDF. This is not at the wall. Okay, you cari apa tu Najib Tun Razak. Okay, try to capture.
Okay.
Nah, okay.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
It must be at the wall. Okay. Okay, start your NVivo. Share the screen, somebody. Are you all at the same pace? Anybody left behind?
Doctor, is it meant for Facebook? We only can capture the the page, not the personal wall, right?
There.
Because the Najib Razak is the page actually.
Page.
Not the not same like us, like our Facebook.
For sure, your
That
you
one
have
is page.
Oh, I don't know.
So is it mean that personal Facebook cannot be captured lah kan?
Can. Kalau you if you are at the wall, can.
Oh.
Cuma I have not used my Facebook account for the past how many years? Lama dah. I came back 2008. So from 2008, I haven't used any Facebook. That's why you cannot say anything. You can find my name, but you cannot. Data tak ada lah.
Okay.
Okay, somebody share the screen yang NVivo just now. Okay, so if you double click the NVivo icon on your desktop, okay, this you have the option, right? Blank project, okay, open other project and so on. So on your the one that is in the blue on your left hand side, they will list out any 5, okay, 5 latest or recent NVivo files that you have created. So if you haven't started anything, you can start with a blank project. Click on blank project. Okay, so when you click a blank project, they ask you the name of the project. Give a title. No. Okay, online delivery. Okay, this is your research about online delivery, right?
Yes, Doctor.
So it is online delivery. And then can you see the file name? Once you type online delivery, okay, can you see the extension where you save your file? It is in end user IZAT OneDrive document. So you are saving, this is in the subfolder. Okay, you can change the location of the file. Okay, click browse. Okay, then you can save it in your local drive D. Okay, if you want to put in the drive D, okay, therefore save. Now you choose the drive, local drive D, then you save, then you can see that it's D online food delivery .nvp. Why is it NVP? It is NVivo project. Got it? P stands for project. So the location of your project is located at drive D. So you can place at any location that you want. This is how you change the locations of the file that you created. So if you are satisfied with that particular location, then click OK. Any questions so far?
Doctor, can you repeat back, Doctor? Dah lost lah.
Dah lost apa?
dari yang mula tu, daripada start buka the NVivo punya page tu.
Okay, let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So this is your icon on your desktop.
Okay.
Okay, when you double click the icon on your desktop, you get this. Okay. This is called as Launchpad or Welcome window. Then you choose blank project. Okay, click on the blank project. So when you click the blank project, it come out with your pop-up window, new project. Give a title of your project. And then if you want to change the locations of your file, the drive, okay, you browse. This is where you select the location, the new location. So I put in drive D and I save. Therefore, it will appear in your drive D here. It's the new path. Okay? Any questions so far? And then you click OK.
After the D drive, we need to write NPV.
Prof, can you repeat that step again?
Okay. This is at the beginning of your starting NVivo project, right? Program, right? The icon appear in your desktop. You double click. Okay, then it starts the NVivo software. And you get this what we call as a launchpad or welcome window for NVivo. So over here you have sample project or you have blank project. If you have existing project, then you just double click over here. Okay, whatever existing project you have. Since you do not have any project at the moment, you have to create one. So you click on the blank project. Once you click on the blank project, a pop-up window will appear. This type of pop-up window. So you type the title of your project. Okay, and then once you type the title of the project, the name of the project will appear under here. File name. This is the name. And workshop. Since the project is workshop, so if we have workshop.nvp. NVP stands for NVivo project. So this is the name of the file that you're going to create. The project that you create is this workshop. So the location of this file by default is in my document, the subfolder. In drive C, subfolder of users, and then another subfolder user, and then you have document. So you have 3 subfolders before you can see the name of the project that you have created. So if you want to change the location, instead of under these subfolders, you need to browse to find a new location. So you click a browse. Okay. Therefore, I choose which location. So in this case, I want to store in drive D. So that's Zalila data. So I click drive D and then I click save. So when I click save, therefore you notice that this is the new file path, the location that is in drive D. Understood? And then click OK. Then it bring you into the work area. This is what you got, isn't it? Betul?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, so if you have missed out, go back to the NVivo presentation. You're going to get, this is step by step with all the what we call as a screen capture, okay, screenshots that you have in your that presentation. It's a PDF file. Okay, can somebody share the screen?
Sorry, doctor, I can't share the screen because I'm using different laptop.
Okay. Others okay? So this is the main interface, right? Okay, this is the main interface.
Excuse me, Prof. Doctor, for the description part, what are you going to fill with?
Which one? Which description?
When we fill the title and then we the file name where we are going to save it. So in the description part, we leave it empty.
Oh, description, this one?
Yes.
Okay, that description is optional. Okay, that description is optional. Okay, you're doing this assignment, right? So you can describe. Describe about your project.
Thank you.
Okay, the description is optional. You can describe about your project. The title. Okay. All right. So if you don't want to type the description, it's fine. It's not a problem. It's not an issue.
Doctor, while waiting for our friends to open it, we have a 5-minute break?
Okay, 5 minutes break.
Toilet break.
Okay, 5 minutes break, class.
Okay.
share your information that you have dated. So the first 5, you have 6. Okay. Other than that, you're not shown. The file tabs is not shown until and when the file is active. For example, additional tabs that you can find next to share would be document, audio, video, picture, dataset, Word3, cluster, project map, and so on. This is what you can see. Okay. If you work on document, so next to share tab, you can see a document. So that's where you can do a lot of things such as link, view, coding, annotations, visualize, and so on about the document that is active. If you're working with PDF file, okay, next to share will be PDF file. Same thing, can do some linking, viewing, can do coding, annotation, and so on. So if it's a PDF file, you work on your PDF file. It's only active when you the file is active. Okay, if it is audio, we're going to get audio. If it is video, these are the things that you can do. Okay, if it is picture, you're working on pictures, these are picture toolbar. Okay, if it's a data set, this is what you can have, you're going to have for data sets. If you're working on charts, these are types of group functions that you have to do with your charts. Cluster analysis, this is the one. Okay. Explore tab, what you want to do, and so forth. Okay, Word3, mind map. If it is mind map, okay, the layout and so forth. Project maps, these are the things that you're going to do, can perform. Concept map, these are the things that you're going to do. You can also perform this task. So this is on, and then on your right is to minimize and maximize. Okay, auto hidden and so on. The menu bar, the command ribbon to minimize the command ribbon. You can use this icon. Okay, ribbon display option. Auto hide ribbon, show tab, or show tabs and command. This is your workspace. Okay, this is a navigation view. You select, for example, I select interview folder. So the display the contents of that particular folder in the interview this view. Okay, the list view will display the contents of a particular folder. So this is interviews. So this is the interview folder. So I click interview folder. Therefore, the display whatever content in that particular folder. Okay, and then if I were to choose one of the file, let's say chai, I double click chai. The detailed contents will appear in the detail view. Got it? Any questions so far? Okay, if none, you're talking about the first one. The first group in the navigation view, that is data. Okay, data is the term to describe the source of materials that you work with in NVivo. The project items that your research materials consist of 3 types of folder: the files, the file classification, and external. Files is the terms for documents. It can be PDF, dataset, pictures, videos, and so on. Anything that you can import into NVivo. Okay, those are the files that are connected to NVivo. We call it as a file. So those information, sources of information that we can import into NVivo, you put it under file folder. Okay, file classification describe your files including bibliographical data or articles. That is from your EndNotes, your Mendeley, or whatsoever it is. Then when you import it, it goes into file classification. Whereas external are those files or those information that you cannot import into NVivo software. So once you cannot export into NVivo software, you will be able to create, okay, a subfolder, you can click under external, and then you can link your NVivo to the outside sources without importing it into NVivo. So under data, those that can be import into NVivo, you put it under files folder. Those cannot be import into NVivo. Therefore, you're going to link it using external folder. Any question so far? Boleh?
Boleh, Doktor.
Boleh, Doktor.
Okay. So now, so this is codes. For the next one, in the navigation view is codes. Okay, codes determines for different types of nodes, blah 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 lah, yeah. Manual method of integrating. So you have nodes. This is where you're going to create themes and so forth. It's under nodes. And then next to it is cases. Okay. Classification provide a way to record descriptive information about the sources or nodes. Source classification, okay, related to predefined characteristics. Case classification is about a social demographic profile. Tools and the cases. The next one is under your navigation view is notes. Okay, note memos, comments or reflections of entire document, annotation or for footnotes or margin scribbles on selected content. See also link is reminder of connection between project item. Nanti kita akan buat lah ini. And then the next group and the navigation view is search. This is where you're going to do some queries, word search, word frequency, text search, and so on. Okay, you have the results of your queries and so forth. Okay, and then next to it, you're going to conduct your map. You prepare your mapping maps, mind map, concept map, or project maps. You have to choose the button, okay, the maps button, and then the output, whatever result they come out, okay, and then what you need to do. And then this one, every 15 minutes, it tells you to remind you to save your project. If you do not save your project, what will happen? The only available in your project file is the last data that you save. Okay, let's say you save it 1 hour ago. So the only data that is available is only 1 hour ago, not 15 minutes later. Okay, so every time, every 15 minutes, there's a reminder for you to save. So make sure you save. If you were to lose your data, if there is any power failure, you will only lose about 15 minutes data that you did not save. So you have to save your work from time to time. Okay, that's all the reminder. If you want to change the reminder time, the notification, you go to File, click on Options, and choose Notification tab. And then this is where you can change the duration of your reminder. Instead of 15 minutes, you want the system to remind you to save for every 10 minutes, therefore change to 10 minutes. Enable deletion confirmation message. You check this box. So every time you press a delete key and they want to delete something, they ask you to confirm. Are you sure you want to delete? When I say yes, click the button yes, then only be deleted. If you do not check this box, enable deletion confirmation, you press delete key, automatically that whatever information is there will be deleted. So without asking any confirmation. So make sure this box has been selected. Okay, check the box so that they will ask you to confirm. This is for you to update the software every how many days. Okay. Okay, to display subfolders, just as I mentioned, you click this icon. So you click this icon, therefore you get this. That is to expand, they display everything. Okay, if you click again, therefore they will disappear. So what you want to do now, you're going to import your data. So to import data, make sure you choose import. You can import research materials into your NVivo using import function tabs and select icons of materials you want to import. If it is all those files that are you captured using NCapture, you make sure you choose NCapture. If the file is an Excel file, you click on Excel. Okay, if your file is Mendeley bibliography, you click on Mendeley. If it's EndNotes, click on EndNotes and so on. Okay. Other than that, it can be files. Okay. So before you can import your data, you need to manage and organize. Okay, your NVivo to keep all those files that you're going to import. Okay, so in NVivo, files is the collective term for any research materials that you have connected to your NVivo project. So it can be transcripts, articles, and so on. All your sources of information. So to create internal subfolders, sources that can be imported into NVivo. So bring your cursor to File. Okay, somebody share your screen. Okay, can somebody share the screen? Okay. So you have this. Okay. Close the detail view. Click on the quick start step. Can you see? Click quick start steps on your right. You have navigation. Okay. Below. Okay. Let's get started. Close that file. Close that detail. Okay. So what you have here is your navigation view on your left, and then files. Okay, so when you click your files folder on your navigation view, the list view will show the content. Okay, you click on file classification. So the list view will show you the content of file classification. You click on memos down there. Okay. Okay, you click on see also link under notes. Go down. Notes. See also link. Okay. So for the list view will show you the content of see also link. Got it? So in the navigation view, select the group what you want to do, which particular subfolder that you want to do. So you're talking about data. So your data, any data that can be import into your NVivo, that's called as your file. Those files that you need to import. So click on files. No, okay, click on files. Click access. Okay. So you notice that no, click down there, the below the data set. Okay, click on that. Okay. So you need to create subfolders for those files that you're going to import. Okay. So create subfolders. You create subfolders for file. Create. Atas. Okay, create apa? Create folder. Okay. So the sources that let's say you want to create interviews folder. Okay, create interview. Okay, interviews. Then description is optional. Okay. Let's say this interviews is you conducted an interview for whom? The senior manager. So you can type description interviews with the senior managers. I mean all senior managers will be under one folder and so on. Okay, or you talk to you can conduct interviews to executive level. Therefore you type whatever description that you want to. So after that you click OK. So you notice that you have a subfolder. Hello?
Prof,
Yes? Yes.
Can you repeat that step again?
Which step?
Create in the folder.
Okay. To create a subfolder, make sure you select the files, right? Then move to your create tab. Create tab up there, and then click folder. So when you create folder, okay. Let me share the screen. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, this is how you create. Okay, it is in your notes. Okay, file, highlight file. Then make sure you go to your create tab. And number 2, click folder. So once you do that, you have this one. Or right hand click. Okay, another way is right hand click, your mouse button, new folder. So you get this one. Okay, type the name of the folder. And then description is optional. Then you click OK. Then, for example, interviews. Okay, click OK. Then you can see interviews. So you already created one subfolder. Got it? Okay, now I want you to create. Okay, I want you to create these folders. Can you do that? Okay, create 1, 2, how many folders? 7 or 8 folders. So this is how you manage
all those under files, right?
Your data. You're going to manage your data. So create all those folders that is unnecessary that relates to your research materials. All those files will be import this to the specific folders.
Prof, then in description what we will write? In description what we will write?
Description is optional.
Oh.
Okay, you can type or you don't want to type, it's okay. You describe about the folders, about the files that you're going to keep your data. Leslie, are you okay, Leslie? Lama tak dengar nama Leslie ni. Sorry, Leslie. Are you okay, Leslie? Leslie tak ada ke ya? Oh, dia chatting ke? Leslie, you kat Sabah ke? Hujan? Okay. So once you have completed, tell me. I want to stop talking for a while.
Okay, Doctor, done.
Done,
Done.
Doctor.
Done, Doctor.
Dan doktor.
Dan doktor.
How about others?
Done, Doctor.
Completed? Done.
Done, yeah.
Okay, good. All those folders. Right. So you should get like this. Do you get
Yes.
all these folders?
Yes.
Yes,
So
doktor.
they are sorted according to alphabetical order, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on. So you have these folders. You might have these materials for your research, or you might have less than this. It's up to you. Okay, not necessarily you have to create many folders. If you have only 3 types of sources of information, then you create 3 folders, that's all. That is related. Okay, let's say articles. So articles, you have many authors, right? A to Z. Let's say I want to create 2 subfolders under articles. Okay, click on articles. Okay, can somebody share the screen? Share your screen. Okay. Right hand click. Okay, new folder. Okay, article A to F. A-F. What does it mean? That means author A to F will be kept under subfolder A to F. Click OK. Okay. Now G to H. No, G to R. G to R. Okay. And then the lastly is S to Z. Okay, you got it? That is how you create subfolders. So any articles that an author A, you put under A, any authors that E, put under A, the first folder, and so on. So according to the name of the author. So that is you manage. So instead of everything in one folder, you can create a subfolders. Understood? Okay. If you want to delete, okay, highlight A, B, all the 3 subfolders. Then no, click then delete. Press delete key. Are you sure? This is where you ask for confirmation. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. Then they will be deleted. So that is how you create and then how you delete. Any questions so far? Okay. Now let's say I want you to import interviews. Go to interviews. Okay. Need to import interview. Okay, import. So import. Is it project or is it encapture? Is it Excel? It is files. Import files. Nope. Nope. Import data file. Data files. Okay. Where is the location of your file? It is in your NVivo data folder. Okay. Okay, I'm going to import only one file first. Okay. Let's say I'm going to import chai. Open. Okay. And then, okay, if the file, okay, if you can identify the file is your respondent, click create a case for each imported file. Check that box. Okay. If you be able to identify, okay. Oh, okay. Saya dah terlajak dan silap. You cancel first. Cancel. Cancel dulu. Cancel. Don't import first. Import tak import kan nanti ya. Dah create tu, kena import tu. Okay, dah create data ni. Okay, now you go to your Microsoft Word dulu. I want to ask you to do something first. Okay, go to your Microsoft Word. Stop sharing. Okay, dah create folders. Is good enough. Go to your Microsoft Word. Okay, go to your Microsoft Word. I want you to do something first before to import. Okay. Siapa nak share Microsoft Word, bolehlah share Microsoft Word. Okay. You open up in your NVivo data folder. There's one file named INO table. Okay. Open up a file from your NVivo data folder. The name of the file is INO table. Can you open up that file? And then
open
the
up the
other
table
name.
ke doktor?
Hmm?
Open up the table, the document.
Yes, open up the document. INO table document. Okay. Okay. Now, what you need to do? What you need to do? This is the transcript. Convert. This one file. And the second file is, okay, this one file, okay. The other file that you need to convert is, so you convert all the conversation. The other file that you need to convert is focus group interview table. Okay. Convert the two files.
Convert ni dulu ke?
Convert, I want you to convert two files. This one, INO table, and also focus group interview table. So you convert. You only convert conversation. Okay, I give you about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Kalau dah siap cakap ya.
Prof, Doctor, please, I was disconnected. Could you repeat, please, again?
So everything okay? Anybody would like to share the screen?
Doctor, we need to convert into text, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Paragraph.
Paragraph.
Mm-hmm. You okay, No Shazwani?
Okay, Doctor.
Okay. Muhammad Sharif? Are you okay? And Tanjir? Can cope up?
Doctor, let's say we are not using the heading 2, we are using the heading 3, 4, or 5. Is it can or
Doesn't
not?
matter.
Okay.
But it might be standardized.
Doktor, kena save kat new file ke doktor?
Yes. Do not overwrite the old file. You still will keep this the old file. Okay, save as a new file. According to the name of the respondent. Okay, so instead of I know table now becomes, you remove the word table. So it becomes I know.
Doctor,
Yes.
Doctor, sorry to interrupt. But at 12 o'clock, I need to pick up my son from school.
It's okay.
12.
It's okay. Afterwards, if you miss out, you can look at the video or you look at the notes. What to do?
All right, thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Okay, anybody can share the screen? Don't be shy. Okay, done. Okay, so you, okay, apa others? Okay or not?
Okay, doctor.
Okay, good. Okay, now save as I know. Okay, done. So you have the second one, the second file. I know table, focus group table. Okay, next go up. Furthermore, up. Lagi. Okay, good. Okay, you only convert the third table, isn't it? The first one, okay, the third table. The first one, not facilitator, you don't have. The second table is the respondent. Okay, only this one. Okay, so you can delete person and discussion. Can you see that? The first two lines, that one you can delete. Okay, this is a conversation about the focus group interviews. So you're using heading number 2. Okay, good. So heading style is up to you. Whether you want to heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, it's up to you. Okay, the reason, but it must be consistent. Okay, so have you saved the file as a focus group transcript? Then only we can start to import after this.
Already saved, doctor.
Save, good. So close the file. You cannot import if the file is active. Okay, so you have to close all those files.
This also?
Yes, you have to close all those files that you want to import. You have to save. Okay, let me share the screen. Before you can import, you have to create two things. Okay, before you import, you need to create. Oh, I haven't shared. I'm going to share my screen. File, share. Okay, these are the things that you have to import before you import. Okay, you have to create case classification. Okay, the purpose to create this at this stage is to provide storage of important document or cases or respondents. This helps in assigning attributes values to those cases. Okay, you create this so that if that document, if that sources of information or that file that you import is related to your respondent, therefore you have to create case classification. That is the reason why. If the file that you import is not your respondent, therefore you don't assign the values later on. Okay, so you have to create case classification and also, okay, cases. Create cases. Represent the units of analysis. In qualitative research, respondent is considered as a case. In quantitative, you correspondent. In qualitative, you consider as a case. This is my case, second case, third case. So that cases refer to respondent. Okay, the purpose of create cases at this stage is to provide storage of important documents of cases or respondents. This also helps you in assigning the attribute values. So in order to do that, okay, to create case before import sources, create case. So create cases for interviews, then create case classification for person. Okay, so we move to the next one. Oh, okay, let me share the screen. Okay, to create cases and case classification, okay, first in your navigation view, select cases. Got it? Okay, in your navigation view, highlight or choose cases, and then under create tab, create case. So when you do that, or right hand click here in the list view here, cases, right hand click, create new case. Okay, right hand click in this list view, and then a pop-up window will appear, new case. So a window will appear. Okay, over here, we type interviews. In the name, type interviews. Okay, and do not check the aggregate coding from child notes. Okay, so in terms of hierarchy of the one, we have cases over here and then interviews. This is a second sub folder. Okay, if you want to have a color coding, then you put color coding. So at present, you just have to tap the interviews and click OK. Okay, so when you have done that, so your cases have one case here, interviews. Any questions so far?
Doctor, how about the nickname box?
No, no need.
No need.
No need.
Okay, doctor.
Okay, done. Have you got this?
Yes.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, good. Then go to the next one, case classification. Okay, highlight case classification. Then create case classification. Okay, this is to identify demographic information of your respondent. Okay, create and case classification, create case classification, or you right hand click in the case classification list view, then choose case new classification. And this pop-up window will appear, new classification window will appear. Click add one or more predefined classification to the project and select the box person. Check the box. Okay, for person, check the box. It's related to person. Okay. Then click OK. Got it? So this is a step under case classification, create case classification, or in the case classification list view, right hand click, then choose new classification. You get the pop-up window. You choose the radio button, the second radio button, add one or more predefined classification to the project. And there are two, organization and person. Since this is individual, you check person. Okay, you check person. Then click OK. And this is what appear in your case classification. Here's a sub, there's a person. In the case classification, you have person. Okay, you can expand it by clicking the plus sign button adjacent to person. There's a plus sign symbol. You click on it. Once you click the adjacent symbol plus sign, and then you can see all the details. If you want to collapse, if you want to hide the details, you click the negative sign. Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, doctor.
Okay, doktor.
Nak cakap ni. Tapi kau berapa saya nak cakap? Nanti kita take a break. Okay, done. Good. So these steps you have to do first. Okay. Whether you want to use it or not later on, that is another question. But if you do not prepare this, okay, then later on, if you want to use it, you have difficulties. Because you cannot go back if you have already import. And then you will not be able to get your accurate information about your demographic profile or respondents. Okay. So once you have done this step, now you can import. Okay. Select the import tab. Okay. You can import research files into NVivo using the appropriate icon of materials you want to import. This is the one. Once you click the import button in the menu tab, okay, what you want to import? Is it capture file? Is it data file? Is it Excel? Is it text file? Is it SurveyMonkey? Is it data from SPSS? Or whatever it is. So you can choose whatever options that you have. Okay, good. Now, go to the next screen. Okay, there are two methods of how to import file. Either you import directly to a specific folder or use drag and drop method. The use drag and drop method, for example, when you do not prepare the folders, so you do not know where to store it, in which particular folder. So you're going to use, and then later on you can drag and drop. So that is where you use drag and drop method. If you know specifically, these files we're going to import to which particular folder, therefore you select or you choose the specific folder. Okay, let me do on the first one, a specific folder. Okay, see under data group, in the navigation view, choose interview folder. Okay, 1, 2, and then this should be 3, and then choose data file. Okay, and then choose I know document. You can import one file at a time, or okay, or you can use entire file by using Control Shift, or then press Shift and Control. Okay, so these are the ways. So I'm going to import only one file at the moment to a specific folder, that's interview. You choose the folder, the file, then open. Okay. Are you at this level now, at this stage?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay.
Yes, Doctor.
This document or this file is your respondent. Make sure you create a case for each imported file. Check this box. Once you check this box, therefore you don't see this one. Okay. Your case will be grouped together in a classification. Okay. Add to existing classification. You're not going to create new classification. You have existing because you have created first one. Okay. Add to existing, and then you have a list. Okay. Choose person. Okay. Choose person, and then where in your project would you like to store your cases? So dekat sini cases kan, you change. Okay, you change because kita dah interview. This cases that is your respondent. Cases is your respondent. Okay, click on change, then choose interviews. Okay, boleh. If the document or the file that you import, it is your respondent. Therefore, you have to do this step. Done, click OK. Okay, so you have this. Okay, project receiving interviews. Okay, this is the name of the file that you're going to import. Then import. Okay, any questions so far?
Okay.
Semua okay ke?
Okay, Doctor.
Okay, how about others?
Okay, Doctor.
Okay, Doctor.
So far, so good, Doctor.
So far, so good. Okay. Okay. Now you click on I know. Double click on I know. What happened? Anybody like to share?
It's appear the transcribe.
So that is in the detail view. Okay. So once you double click in the list view, the file in the list view, so it will be displayed in your detail view. So now you have 3 views. On your left, your navigation view, that's where you navigate, okay, your data, what you want to do, you want to import wherever it is. And then once you select the folder, therefore you have, it will be appear in your list view, the contents of the folder. And from the list view, you select a file, therefore it will show you in your detail view. Okay, so far so good? Okay. Any questions?
Okay,
If you have any problems, so refer to your notes, okay? Let me share my screen. So you have done this. You have import, create interviews. Click the import. It says, okay, import data file. Okay, document. This one done. This one done. Okay, you already import. Okay. So now what I want you to do, import all other interviews transcript in, okay, all other interview transcripts at once. Azli, Aisha, Chai, Khairul, and Helmi. Can you do that? Okay, share your screen. Okay, Azli, Aisha, Chai, Ainu, Khairul, and Salmi.
We need to change the format first, Doctor.
No, the rest more okay dah.
Okay.
The rest is all in paragraph format.
Doctor, is classification also person, right?
Yes, because that file that you're going to import is your respondent. Okay, can somebody share the screen? Okay. You close your detail file. Detail view, close your detail view. Okay, can you see? Okay. So that is how you import to a specific folder. Okay. Now I want to import Facebook. Ada tak Facebook? Do you have Facebook folder? Create one Facebook. No. Folder. In your NVivo data folder. Ada Facebook kan? Okay. Now what you're going to do? You're going to import Facebook data that is Armizi, you dapat dapat capture Facebook tak?
Yang tadi tu dapat, tapi kan kita dah delete, Doktor.
Okay, tak apa. You're going to import in your NVivo data folder, right? Okay. To import Facebook into your NVivo, your Facebook was captured using encapture. Therefore, import encapture. That is that file. Encapture. Import web encapture. Got it? Okay, that's how you do it. Okay. Import from, okay, go to the folder. Browse. Okay, go to NVivo data. That's all. Okay, go to the folder where you keep your file just now. That is in your NVivo data. That's all. No. That's the main.
This is the main. This is
yes,
the main.
that is not the main. That is a sub. Go up. Yep. That is the one.
Okay.
Then click OK. Tak ada ya?
I think this one is the main.
Which one the main?
Got 3, Doctor.
This one.
I don't know. Which the select the main. Okay. So select the main folder. So once you select the main folder, you must know which one is Facebook, which one is YouTube, and so forth, or which one is a website. Okay. In your case, Tuan Guru Dr. Haji said there is YouTube. So uncheck that box. Okay. About Virginia Tech is website. Uncheck the box. So the one that is a Facebook is Bell 311. Okay, got it? So you choose the appropriate file that are related to what you want to capture. So since this is a Facebook, all these 3 files are captured using encapture. But not everything is Facebook. Only one file is related to Facebook. It's Bell 311. So you select that particular file, check the box, and then import. Okay, therefore you get the Facebook, that's Bell 311. You double click the Bell 311, that one in the list view. Okay, can you see the data? You scroll up. What do you have? Further up, you have post ID posted by username. Can you see that? And then you have the posting. And then you scroll to your right. Okay, scroll to your right.
Go to your
Banyaknya. Okay. Can you see? Scroll to the right. You ada gender. Okay. You ada what? Connect time. You ada birthday. You ada location. You ada relationship. Ada apa lagi tu? What is that? Whatever lah. Okay. You ada hometown. Whatever profile that you have put in your Facebook account, everything will be captured. So that's why don't make a silly comment, silly posting. You got it? Every detail will be captured. That is why I said very sensitive information. So kalau boleh tangkap lah tu. One person do the posting, other friend comment. Then it can be captured. So that's why this group, Bell311, is a closed group Facebook account. Okay. So they want to study, they create a Facebook group account, and then students can do the posting and so on. They communicate with each other. Okay, so that is the way how you capture Facebook data that you have captured using nCapture, and then import it into your NVivo. Any question? Okay. Now the second one is, let's say, data set. Okay. Click data set. In your navigation view, select dataset folder. Dataset folder. Now expand. Okay. You have dataset folder. Do you have dataset folder? Yes. Click on that. Okay. The detail view you can close. You're not using it, so you can close your detail view Bell311. Okay. So when you choose on your navigation view dataset, therefore in your list view you have the sets. Okay. Import. Import what? Excel file, isn't it? Your dataset is an Excel file. Okay. So it's in your NVivo data and text dataset. Open. Okay. So I go to you with one by one. Okay. What does it say? NVivo will import a survey as a dataset and create a case, notes, and so on. Okay. Your respondent will be stored as cases. Okay. Well, whoever the respondent in that particular file. Okay. This is how you're going to import. Okay. Close first. Cancel. I want you all go to your NVivo data. Open that ntext dataset. Look at the format of the file. Okay. Look at the format of the data file. So the first row, what do you have? Name, that's column A. Column B, gender. Column C, age. Column D, did you get something? Okay, did you get assistance? Column D, E, from whom? Okay, and then column F, what is your opinion? So you have 6 rows, and then you have 6 columns. Okay, the rows, the first row, what does it represent? Does anybody know what is row number 1?
The classification, doctor?
Classification, no?
Person.
No, it's not classification.
Yes.
Header. Is it the header?
Header is column. Column A, the header is name. Column B, the header is gender. Column C, that's called
The
the
row
row.
is case.
Huh?
Case.
No,
Case.
case.
Person.
2, 3, 4 is case. Row number 1.
Case classification.
That is the variable, the attributes.
Okay.
Okay. That is the variable or the attribute. You have gender, you have name, you have age, you get assistant. Let's, for example, what is your gender in quantitative? What is your gender? Answer is male or female, right? So what is your gender is a variable. How old are you? What is your age? That's a variable. That's a question. So it is considered as attribute, or it can be considered as a variable. So that means the first row, Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. The first row, the first row is the variable because you need to know the format of your file before you can import, so that it match with the format in your NVivo. That's why I ask you to look at your dataset file first. Okay, how many variables you have? How many rows that is consists of variable? There's only one row consists of variable. Let's say you remove row number 1. You have 2, 3, 4 number. Now the first row become Mia, the second row become Kia, Tia, and so on. So what you call it? Okay, Mia, Kia, Tia, Ria, and Zia. Okay, that particular row. What do you call it?
Cases, doctor?
Yes, that's your cases. That's your respondent. That's your data. Okay, your first row is not your data. It's not your cases. You got it? The first case, the first row is your attributes or your variable. Second, third, fourth, and sixth is your cases or your data. So what happened is, okay, over here is, if you remove your row number 1, that means you delete row number 1. So this file consists of all your data. You got it? Because you have to match with your data that you're going to import in your NVivo. That's why you need to see this. Okay, now you can close. So you know that row number 1 is your attribute, your variable. Okay, now you can import. Okay. Now go back to your data set. Okay, import Excel. Because it is an Excel format. So end text, open. Okay, what do you answer? Your responder will be stored as cases, correct? Close-ended questions. You know what is close-ended questions? As created as attribute. You know what is close-ended questions? Tahu? Anybody? Close-ended questions?
Yes and no question, doctor.
On top of that? Okay, just now, you yes and no? What is your gender? That's a close-ended question. It is male or female. Therefore, those variable or those column that have ended close-ended questions considered as an attribute, as a variable. Open-ended questions. You know what is open-ended questions?
Open type is they have to type their answer, right, doctor?
Yes. Okay. In your end text data, which one is your open-ended question?
The last. What is your opinion?
Yes. Your opinion. That is considered as open-ended question. So those open-ended questions will be created as a node. Okay. So if that's what you want, then next. Okay. They ask you, check your data format. That means you have to go back to your Excel just now. So you have gone that. Okay. How many rows are used for your questions header? How many rows? Question header. How many rows? 1 row or 2 rows or 3 rows? Question header.
One.
Which one?
The first one.
Yes. Name, gender, age. Do you get assist? That is your questions header. So you only have 1. Okay. And then second question. What order are your date format? Okay. Is your data consists of dates? Is there any date in your data?
No.
No. Okay. If your data consists a column for dates, therefore you have to look to that particular column. What is the format? Is it day, month, year? Choose other than that. Day, month, year, or else, yeah? Click on day, month, year. The arrow pull down menu. Okay. It can be day, month, year, month, day, year, whatever it is. Got it? So if your data consists of dates, then you have to look at the format. Make sure your data and the format that you're going to import is the same. Okay? Since this data does not have any date format, so you can just ignore it. Boleh? Understood? Any questions so far? So, if everything is okay, then go to next. Okay. Manage your survey response. Okay. NVivo will create a case for each respondent to collect the answers. Okay. Where in your project would you like to store your cases? You got it? Okay. Remember, change location. Click the change location first. Remember, earlier we have created the interviews. If you want to expand interviews, you have all this detail, I know, and so on. That means this is whereby you conduct interviews. So I know, Aisha, and so on go under interviews. Agree with me or not? Because you conduct face-to-face interviews. Whereas for this particular second option, there is end text data, you conduct a survey. So it is not an interview. So automatically they will create a new case that is end text data set. Okay, so cancel. Okay, so you stick as it is cases. Okay, there go. You create a new, okay, sub cases that is end text. That is from your survey. Okay, select a unique ID for each of your cases. None, because you have the name already. Your unique name is the particular individual lah just now kan. Okay, your cases will be grouped together in a classification. Create case classification. Okay, that means survey respondent. So all your respondent, all the cases will be put under survey classification, survey respondent. The interviews, Ainul, Asha, and so on, you put under interviews, under person. Now you create a new survey respondent. If you want to have the existing, just add to existing classification. Okay, click on that review button. Add, no, on your left. Yes. So person, because you only have one, because you can identify Mia is male or female. Okay, whatever information, therefore go to the person. That is the existing. The person is the one that we created earlier. Yet gender, age, and so on. Though. Okay, then next. Or you can just accept as a survey respondent. It also doesn't matter. Okay, next. Okay, this is your preview. Okay, identify open-ended and closed-ended questions. Okay, question number 1. Okay, name. Is it closed-ended or open-ended? Or don't import. If you want to import, you do not want to import, choose the radio button, don't import. If you want to import, you have to specify. Is it closed-ended or open-ended? By default, it is closed-ended question because they know. Okay, gender, male or female, it is closed-ended. Age is closed-ended. You have a specific answer. Do you get assistance? Yes or no? That is closed-ended. And then from whom you get assistance is also considered as closed-ended because you don't have to type anything. What is your opinion? So basically that is open-ended questions. That is your first respondent, respondent 1 to 5. Okay, and then if you respondent 1 to 5, that is your first respondent. You move to the second respondent. You click that, yes. Okay, there's 2 or 5, 3 or 5, 4 or 5, 5 or 5. Okay. So is that what you want to type? Okay. Then, if everything is okay, then click on finish button. Okay. Done. Everything is checked. Then close. So that is your end text. Okay. So everything is import. So regardless of how many respondents you have, everything will be imported into your NVivo folder in your datasets. Okay. Now import web page. Okay. Web page. Choose a folder. Choose a folder first in your navigation view. You're working on what? No. You're wrong. Cancel. In your navigation view. Navigation view. Go down. Which one? Which particular folder? Web page. Website. Choose the appropriate folder before you import. Okay. Your web page. You capture what do you use to capture your website just now? Is it Excel? Is it data files? Is it end capture? So click on end capture. Same thing. Go back to your main folder. Okay. So in this case, your website is Virginia Tech, about Virginia Tech. Okay. Then import. Okay, double click. Okay. Remember the website that you import just that you capture earlier on your own? Import the website that you captured earlier just now. That file is in your what? Is in the download folder. Download. You have to go to your drive C and then look for download. Download folder. There you are up there. Yeah.
I already moved the file. Wait.
Okay, you move the file. Okay.
Okay. So now click import.
Okay, import. Okay, if you do not move your file just now, it is in the download folder, therefore you just click download. Okay, then double click that. Is that the one?
Yes.
Okay. That is how you import. Okay, boleh?
Boleh, Doktor.
Okay. So now this is what you do. You import into a specific folder. You have import into your interview specific folder. Okay. Now import EndNotes tak boleh ya? EndNotes reference because you do not have EndNotes, therefore you will not be able to import unless you have EndNotes software in your PC. Then you can import it. Okay. You already import website. Okay, web page. You already import Facebook, isn't it? So the one that we have not import is articles, audio, video, focus group, and YouTube. So all other files, you do not know where to put it. Okay. Now move it to your cursor highlight files. Highlight files. Okay. This is where you import everything into files folder because you do not know or you have not created any folder yet, subfolder yet. Got it? Understood or not? If you have not created any folders, you can put in everything in files. Then later on you drag and drop. So let us do this. So you choose on your navigation view as a file. So in your list view you have file that. Then go to your data files. Import data files. Go to your NVivo data. Okay. Choose those files. You choose Al-Baqarah. Okay, Al-Baqarah. Dealing with validity and reliability. This one is a good article for your qualitative. You're talking about validity and reliability. Empathy. Atma. Fagan. Okay. Halimatun. Focus group. Focus group interviews. Halimatun. Maliza. Mock interview. Penguin. Okay. Smith. Okay. Qualitative interview question tu. Okay. If you want to import. Okay. Done. Finish, isn't it? Open. Okay. Do you need to check the box? Create a case for each imported file. Are those files that you import are considered as your respondent? Yes or no?
No.
No. If no, don't check that box. Okay, do not check. Yes, that's correct. If those files that you import is not your respondent, don't check that particular box. Then import. This is where the second method of you import the files, but later on you use drag and drop. You import everything into your files, then later on you move it to a specific folder. Okay, done. So let's say empathy. Okay, empathy belong to what? Video. Drag and drop to video. Okay. Maliza and Halimatun, what is that? Okay. That is your audio. Okay. Penguin. That is picture. Okay. Focus group transcript. It goes under focus group. Okay. Al-Baqarah, dealing, Atma, Fagan, mock interview, Smith, and so on. They fall under articles. That is how you do it. Drag and drop. Got it? Now you look at the articles. Click on articles. So you have articles, audio. You have audio file. Data set. You have data set. Okay. Facebook. You have Facebook. Okay. Focus group. You have one file. Interviews. You have files 5 or 6. Videos. Picture. You have penguin. View and so on. Okay. YouTube. YouTube tak ada kan? Tuan Haji tadi tak? YouTube guna apa? And capture. YouTube will be and capture. Okay, double click. Okay, if you have internet access, okay, you can play the YouTube video. Okay, if you do not have internet access, there's an error. Good. That's why NVivo software is very expensive. It's a very powerful software for qualitative research. That's why the price is only $1,000 USD. Very cheap, isn't it?
Ada crack ke tak Doktor dekat internet? Crack version ada tak ini?
Tak ada. Tak ada. Dia mesti ada license. Boleh crack. Tak ada license tak boleh crack. Dia, if you have one license, because they ask for what? They give, you have a license key. After that, they ask you for activation key. And satu lagi dia ada you have license key, you have to key in license key. Before you activate, ada another key that they have to provide to you. Itu yang nak kena ada tu. Okay, so that is how we complete your import document. Okay, anything else need to know? Boleh tak boleh? Okay, we take a break. Kita dah habis import semua tu. This evening, we're going to work on you punya data ni. Okay, we're going to do annotation, also link, memo link, macam-macam lah kita nak buat. Kita nak export, share and so on. Okay, so this evening our time going to start. Pukul 2 boleh?
Boleh Doktor.
Okay, around 2 ya. Because at 3 some of you is leaving, isn't it? At 3. Nak ambil Anna. So at least you have about 45 minutes before you leave. Okay? See you then. And afterwards, I'm going to give you another passcode and your new ID. Okay?
Okay, Doktor.
Okay, Doktor.
Okay, thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay.
Okay, Doktor.